Hi there. I was expecting the bar to be different before opening hours, but I guess it's just the same tired thing. Alma? Ah, Leonidas. Gillian. Marcello. I stumbled across her on my way and asked her if she wanted to tag along. I hope you don't mind. Sure, make yourself at home. Where's Boss? She didn't put the helmet on again, did she? She went out for a bit. I don't know what for, but she'll be back. Alright. Alma, make yourself comfortable while I prepare. Right, thanks. Time to mix drinks and change lives. What was that? Just something they made me say back in instruction. Kinda stuck. Huh. Well, I went to a school that made us stand up with our hands on our backs when someone came in. That habit didn't rub off until high school or so. Yeah, it's kinda like that. Oh yeah? Look at this. A glass with a signature? I'll assume it's either an autograph or an impromptu medicine recipe. That Kira Miki girl came here yesterday before a concert, actually. Oh yeah, now I see your name here. You don't seem very surprised. I like B-Link more, actually. A stoic-looking duo, right? Yep, those. Seems you have a better day than mine yesterday. Had to break up with Damien. I see. Want a drink? You don't seem very surprised. Alma, we've known each other for, what, a few months now? I'd be interested if those relationships of yours went further than a week or two. You say you broke up, but there's usually not enough time to foster something to break. It's more like, the guy wasn't what I wanted, so I stopped flirting. You could pretend to be more interested, you know? And like my mom says, if I don't buy it, it's because I know the product. Yes! Yes! Chad and Jill is here! Speaking of buying, do you want a frame? A frame? Yeah, for all those pics you have of your boss, the one filling your phones in memory. Some seem sneakily taken at that. That true? What do you care? How the hell did you find that out? So it is true. Shut up. I'm a hacker, remember? You shouldn't piss off a hacker. I really like this one of her sleeping in her office. I think I'll copy it. You! Hey, can you make me a bad touch before we keep arguing? Sure. Alma wants a buy a touch. Buy a touch! I'll give you a bad touch, alright. I'll give it to you, alright. I'm gonna give it to you. Who gives these drinks the silly names? Usually the one who registers it. Some people have quite the silly sense of humor. Like that girl who keeps laughing over this particular drink's name. Yeah. So, who's Damien again? The one with the nice car. Sure, he's also the manager of the bank, but that car was what brought my eye. And what was wrong with him? Turns out he was a LARPer. Oh no! A live-action role player? Sounds more like the nickname of some very heavy-handed writer or a military organization. What did he roleplay as? Have you heard of the Woodstock Fairs? Those events where people barely dress, stink, roll in the mud, and F in the open? Those are hippies, yeah. He frequents those, and it's something I'd rather not deal with at all. If I stayed with him, I'd eventually have to. I mean, I need to support my partner in what she does, but if it's something like that... You see, that's the problem right there. You say breaking up like you had something formal, but most of the time, you're still getting to know him. Think about it. Have you ended your longest lasting relationship for things like those? Okay, sorry for not using the right words or whatever, but I'm still sorely disappointed. And at least I'm trying to get the action. Get some action. When was the last time you spent the night with someone else? Last night. Your cat doesn't count. A year ago. It was messy. See? I mean, I have no idea how you deal with that. If I were you, I would have pushed F-Boy over there into a closet ages ago. Why are you calling him an F-Boy like that, man? People have different needs and priorities. Yes, but don't you miss having the warmth of someone else at your side? Using them as a pillow, mixing your perfume with theirs, putting your hand on their chest, listening to them breathe as they pet your head, dozing off knowing that they're there watching you, protecting you. Jill? Anything that can make you to shut up and drink? I'll have you know my uncle Juan taught me my ventriloquism when I was 12. Drinking won't stop me from talking, or making tasteless puns around Rosa. So, give me something weird, would you? Ventriloquism. A weird drink? Yeah, something different, experimental, uncommon. Promo drinks fit that bill easily. Here you go, a Z-Star! Yeah, this fits the bill. It's a promotional drink made to commemorate a movie. Read, they leapt at the chance to sell drinks that they would be unmarketable otherwise. Oh. You know, your orders are weird today. They are? Yeah, usually the first thing you ask for is a Brandini and then something like a Cobalt Velvet or something similar. Well, sometimes I feel like I need something different, you know? Something tells me part of the reason he left is Damien is because he was too deep into routine. Maybe. Speaking of routines, as a hacker, what's your opinion on the whole Alice Rabbit thing? That's the silence of somebody who just heard something stupid. Stupid enough to warrant the speech that they prepared just for occasions like this. As always, very perceptive of you. You know, decades ago, there was this group of people that hacked simple sites with an agenda. Can't remember what they used to call themselves. I just remember that it was just petty vandalism. Anyway, everyone that participated started using the same name. They wanted to create this anonymous anarchist identity. The whole Alice Rabbit thing is the logical conclusion of that. It's what happens when that idea reaches its breaking point and goes mainstream. It's no longer a group, but an individual. An untouchable entity watching from the shadows, monitoring and judging everything anyone does. Observing and tolerating no one but itself. A lot of bullshit from what's essentially a pet the press made up. The antithesis of your usual boogeyman, if you must. Boogeyman, whatever. So, you don't think such a person exists? Don't know? Don't care? I mean, we have seen the actions of such an entity. But it might be anything. An individual, a group, an AI. That's not taking into account all the copycats and pranksters using the name. So, Alice Rabbit is a thing that exists, but it's also really muddied overall. There's something else that worries me, though. That kind of story always catches the attention of kids and such. They start trying to hack stuff without knowing the risk or consequences. Imagine if suddenly a group of tweens broke into this bar and started asking for drinks. That's how it feels to me, and it takes that damn Alice Rabbit thing. I see. But, enough of that, there's a more pressing matter at hand. Oh yeah? Yeah, you've been delaying my invitation for hanging out sometime for too long. Oh, that. Do you hate me that much, Jill? Does my presence make you that uncomfortable? No, at this rate I might just crash by your apartment. That way you can't just say no. Maybe I'll also crash for the night. We can have a sleepover, braid our hair, tell stories all night, shower together. You know you need some human warmth in that place. Your tits your tits alone will fill my entire bathroom. Damn, Jill! React a little bit. Let me tease you for a second. She did! She did react to you. What do you mean? I refuse. In all seriousness, though, any particular reason you keep turning down my invitations? I mean, it's not a date. I just want to have a conversation with you outside these four walls. I'm not a morning person. I've registered for a night shift precisely to avoid waking up early. The earliest I've asked you out is 10 a.m., you know. That's early morning by my standards. I mean, it's not that I don't want to hang out, I just don't want to wake up early. You are hopeless. So, Jill's a night owl. Good to know. Anyway, I'm gonna need another drink here. Like, say, a big Brandini. Finally, that's all mine, no? You know, Brandini's just a weird name. Well, it was originally supposed to replicate the Martini. Problem is, the BTC got a hold of a brand of Vermont that was named after a certain automobile company. So, on a weird whim, they changed the name. I see. You know, I was wondering. Yeah? Don't you worry about what the people you work for might be doing with the information you provide? Not really. You know? Do you worry about what happens when people leave this place drunk? Not really, most of the time. Well, neither do I. Why should you? You get people drunk? Some say my beauty is intoxicating, but that's beside the point. I get my payment, do my job, forget about the whole thing. You make your job sound so easy. Once you understand what precautions to take, it's no problem, and I always found my job fun. However, most of my contracts are consultancy-based gigs, not like every day's a thrill. Do you meet with your client, or I don't? It's always from behind as many filters as I can imagine. I remember I was at a job when I had a couple kids relaying letters. For security reasons, right? Actually, because that way I lose a lot less time. I don't have to deal with clients hitting on me or pestering me after the job's done. I also don't have to lose time proving my worth because big boobs equal small brain or some shit like that. Well, at least she's aware. I mean, protecting my identity is one of the reasons, but the few times I showed myself... They won't even risk your dangerous jobs, just run-of-the-mill security checks. I don't know, maybe I need to show up as a disheveled nerd or something, given what they expect to see. Or I just don't show up and save myself the trouble. What are the questions? Just things I've been curious about and always forget to ask. so many Alice Rabbit headlines that made me wonder about the hacking business too. Oh, I'll remember to ask you things next time then. Well, I'll take my leave now. See ya. Later, Alma. Honestly, Alma is... I don't know if I like her or not. I really don't know. Hello, Mr. Donovan. Like my pop used to say, never touch the ass of a woman with metallic arms. I think it's more like plastic and carbon fiber. They're hard as hell, and that's all my abdomen felt. Do you normally greet people that way? I'm a man that can't contain himself when he sees something he likes, kid. Oh, but don't worry, you're safe. You're flatter than the field at a summer house. Boy, if you don't behave, a bit of advice, you shouldn't provoke the one serving you drinks or food. Don't be offended, kid. You have your audience, I'm just not part of it. Today I'm making this a quick one. Gotta tend to business in a while. Having said that, I'll just have the usual. The usual, he says. 3 days and he already has the usual drink. Yep, give him a beer. So, what brings you here today, Mr. Donovan? That girl interview yesterday is coming again in a couple of weeks. So I was working to clinch an exclusive interview. Did you succeed? Who the hell do you think you're talking to? I'm Donovan D. Dawson. I always get what I want. Sure, I have to blackmail the editors of the outlets, but the end result is what matters. I see. Wait, blackmail? You'd be surprised at the kind of stuff you find when you get the right people drunk. Hey, the signature on the glass over there. Huh? Oh yeah. That big-titted Lilum was here. She came yesterday before the concert. Yeah. Anything juicy come out of her visit? Nah. Gossip-worthy? Nope. Tabloid-worthy? No. Come on, there has to be something! Well, her love for what she does is so honest and pure that anyone who tries to ruin it should be ashamed. Oh, don't give me that shit. Throw me a bone here, anything. I got nothing. Everyone has a price. How much for you to spill the beans? Hey, I'm serious here. She said nothing could be used against her that you didn't already know. Fine. Hey, kid. You think Lilum has nipples? She is a Lilum, so my assumption is no. Well, I mean, I've seen a couple of pornos where they have them, but they could be modded, you know? So yesterday, while interviewing the singer Lilum Ship, I kept wondering if those tits have nipples. I mean, I'd be fine without them, but the curiosity is killing me. But I'm even more curious about the engineers that designed them. Can you picture a room full of people discussing whether or not the tits on the Lilum look good? A bunch of guys and a lesbo engineer working if the latest model's vagina's good enough? God bless those sons of bitches. Any interesting preview of tomorrow's news? You expect me to share my information when you wouldn't share your scoop on the singer? Well, how can one share when there's honestly nothing to share? I'm gonna be a good citizen today and let this one pass. You heard of a group called the Harbingers? No, not really. There's some group who wanted to overthrow the White Knights. I read their manifesto in the bathroom once. Interesting piece and even better makeshift toilet paper. They talk about how the organization is corrupt for the mob bosses or something like that. I think I heard about that somewhere. What of them? They sent a message to some outlet saying they have proof of their claims. That they're gonna release it to the public tomorrow. Ooh, that'd be interesting to see, I think. I know, right? Alright, kid, give me a Bleeding Jane so I can call it a day. Coming right up. A Bleeding Jane. That's a... change of pace? Say the name of this drink 3 times in front of a mirror and you'll look like a fool. Good to know. So I heard this is Dana Zane's bar. Is it true? Yep. Never thought I'd hear about the undefeated of the West again. Or so after that incident with the Bears. Where is she? Yeah, she's out running for some Bears? 6 years ago, a cash-strapped Dana Zane entered an underground ring for money. Faced 10 enraged grizzly bears. She beat them all without killing them. Her set him free afterwards, too. And you were there. I was drunk and bored. What can I say? Do you know if she lost her arm there? Can't remember, too drunk. Maybe she had a prosthetic then, too. Heard someone there suggest that she lost it after throwing a baseball out of some stadium. It was so hard her arm fell off. Well, that sounds more like an unsubstantiated rumor. Or like something she made up. Well, gotta go. Next time you see Dana, thank her for winning me my second yacht. I knew betting on her was the right choice. Come again? Again or not? Yeah. And so that's it. I don't know about Alma. I need to conversate with her a little more, but so far she kind of comes off as a little too well, I mean, there's no nice way of putting it. She kind of comes off as a little too bitchy for me, honestly. And again, it's also kind of nice to see it's kind of nice to see Donovan here again ish. Actually gave us a little bit of lore to work with, kind of, but not really. We'll still need to talk to Dana at some point in the future. But only God knows. Only God knows. Knock his lights out.